What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And a quick reminder to play Darksiders 2 and Kung Fu Panda Showdown of Legendary Legends. Long title. We're going to be keeping that short to Kung Fu Panda the rest of the month. Play those on PlayStation Plus this month. We'll be talking about them on Plus Club like we always do. And yeah, join us for that conversation. Also, our game of the month is a game called Windward, which is on PC. You can get it on Steam. It's pretty cheap. It is a top-down isometric boat game. Play that. We'll be playing that this month as well. And we'll be talking about that on the Tasty Cast. Yeah, so again, post Black Friday, still not a whole lot of news. So I think it's going to change next weekend though with PlayStation Experience.
Yeah, PSX coming up, and you got the Game Awards coming up where they're going to do announcements as well.
So we're gonna go from no news to a shitload of news. So I guess enjoy the relaxation of having no news. But yeah, with that, we got 3 bits of news, so let's talk about them. First bit of news, Demon Souls, game that's been around for 9 years. The servers are going down in February of next year. So the 28th of February, 2018, servers are going down. You will not be able to invade people, and you will not be able to do co-op. Offline mode, it will be unaffected, of course. But yeah, we're saying bye to a game that I'm actually really surprised is still going with its online servers. What do you think about the death of the servers in a game that's all about death?
I remember reading before that they had said they were going to do this before in the past, and people had kind of like, rallied and were like, no, we're still playing it. So they left them on a little longer. It's unfortunate, but it is to be expected. I do foresee someone creating a private version of this, like you will find with every other dead game out there. But I mean, I get it from Sony's perspective. They're putting money into servers that aren't being as utilized as I'm sure the money being put into it would want to be. So.
Going off of what you said too, it says that they were trying to shut them down back in 2012, and they extended for 5 years because of people. So really interesting. But yeah, I think you're right on that. Yeah. What do you
9 years is the length time. That's a long time to support a game servers that aren't like MMOs that have constant expansions and ways of making money off of it. So yeah, from a business perspective, it makes sense. They're not making any more profit. I doubt anybody's.
It's a small company too. Atlas has been doing this. So
Sony
does the
Sony servers.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Regardless,
well,
still
good for Atlas for having a game supported that long, server-wise.
You enjoyed it while it lasted, and all things must come to an end eventually. And this lasted a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're like, we got to get rid of these. Back 2012, people are like, no, maybe, and they're like, okay, and then 5 years later, they're like, okay, we're really shutting them down. Like, that was a good run. It sucks. It's always depressing to see things go away. Just like MMOs, when those disappear, servers shut down. They're not making enough money to keep them supported, or they got other shit they want to do. But yeah, I mean, Demon Souls. I said Demon Souls originally, right? In this whole thing.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But yeah, that game was awesome. I'm not playing anymore though, and I'm, if I'm gonna play a game like this, I'm probably gonna play Dark Souls anyway. I didn't play Demon Souls a whole lot with people, even when I did play it. So
I did a couple co-op fights in it.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's not really gonna change the experience too much. I don't think in that game, just because the whole game's still available to you offline. I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck for people who like invading and who like to help people out who maybe are just now coming to the game, because I actually
invaded.
Follow subreddit for Demon Souls, and there's still people every once in a while be like, is it worth to pick up PS3 to get this game? Which you're going into a place where everyone's gonna say yes, but regardless of that, people are still like new to this game, which is crazy.
How amazing is it that when that game came out, like barely anyone played it, and there was a cult following, and even into Dark Souls there was a cult following, and Dark Souls 2 is like where it fucking hit its stride, and then 3 just blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
That people retroactively are looking at this as one of those legacy games that you go and find like an old console to play again. I mean, that's fucking amazing. That's really cool.
That's like on the verge of like Mario Kart 64. Like you go out and hunt for a Nintendo 64 just to play Mario Kart 64 with your friends.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like, Shenmue 2 for like getting a Dreamcast or whatever. Like it's crazy that a game that was underappreciated grew to be appreciated so much that people would actively be like, hey, is it worth getting a PS3 for this?
Well, I'm sure just like Phantasy Star Online, someone's going to come up with a way to connect your system to a computer and still be able to play all the online content. So
With a big enough fan base, yeah, someone's gonna figure it out.
it'll happen.
Right.
But yeah, Bon Voyage had a good run. Demon Souls, and yeah, we'll probably see you again soon when somebody else figures it out. Second bit of news.
So Disney's Marvel Heroes, originally slated to shut down at the end of the month, is now shut down immediately. They basically said that most of the team was laid off before Thanksgiving, and the people who are there are not being paid holiday or any PTO. So they had to shut it down because there's no one there to maintain it now. So how do we feel about Disney's, I guess, way they handled this and the fact that this game is going away?
It's horrible. To fire all those people off before Thanksgiving and not pay people personal time off and shit like that. That's awful.
It's really amazing how often I hear about when developers go under. It's like fucking instantly.
Yeah.
Firestorm.
And there's never like, and I'm sure like there's like, you know, whispers and shit of like some problems are coming up, blah blah blah, and you're expecting some bad news to happen, but it's always like, boom, get your shit, get out of here. We're done here. We gotta fucking open this place up to make some Star Wars shit. Get a new team in here. Yeah, that sucks. I hate hearing these stories, and I actually I played this game when it first came out, and I was not a big fan of it. It seemed really free to play, you got to buy a lot of shit, pay to win type stuff. But I heard over time they made it more accessible for people, and a lot of people actually later started liking it quite a bit. But apparently, that didn't do enough for them, and I never got to play it during that time. So, you know, if they were doing a good job, that kind of sucks. But obviously, it wasn't playing enough people. The bigger part of the story for me, you know, outside of it sucks that the game's going away and they don't have a job, is the way it was handled. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, especially because they had a scheduled end date, and then it just seemed like whoever was in charge of the decision just decided, oh, well, we're just going to cut the money now because it's already over, you know, at this point.
Yeah.
So, really bad follow-through.
Yeah, it's just bad execution on just being like, okay, bye.
Yeah, because you know, these guys already knew, you know, it was coming, and they've probably been prepping and whatnot, and hopefully they all find work again.
As we always say, anytime anyone goes under, you know, the community is really good about trying to help out fellow developers.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bummer. And the other thing that kind of sucks too is usually when a game like this goes under, you see other people usually buy it, you know, from them, but because it's a Disney-owned property, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
So.
Specifically, yeah, because Disney owns Marvel. Disney is killing it, like with their movies right now. They're not going to allow somebody to fucking have access to that license. So this game is like dead unless they want to bring it back ever, which I don't see it happening. Nope. It's just crazy too because it's a Marvel game, and it didn't do well enough. Like that really, it blows my mind because I feel like you could really sell anything with Marvel on it nowadays, and it would do well, even if it was subpar.
Well, it just speaks to the volumes about how the content of the game is handled and how easily accessible it is to the player base. Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Any last words on that?
No.
Let us know in the comments. Did you play Marvel Heroes? Did you enjoy it? Did you never play it? You the reason this game went under?
It's your fault.
Your fault.
It's your fault.
It's also my fault. Let us know. I'm curious because I, you know, heard bad things in the beginning. I wasn't impressed, and then I heard good things later. So, interested. Third and last bit of news. It feels like recently I heard about this, and then there's already been an update. So Sony was allowing through PlayStation Plus for you to do trials with PlayStation VR. They would send you out PSVR for 14 days. If you want to keep it, it's $300. If you broke it, it's $300. If you send it back, it's not $300. But with the update, apparently they're out. They don't have any more trial bundles to send out. Now, what came in the bundle was the PSVR, the PlayStation Move, which is the hand controllers, a copy of Skyrim VR, which is actually really a recent game. Well, recent in release, and a demo disc. So you got quite a bit of shit, about $450 worth of stuff for $300, and they're out. So They had 1,400 PSVR units that they sent out. So those are all sent out. What do you think about this kind of I don't know, advertising to try and get people to pick these up? Do you think it's going to work? What do you think about the whole idea of giving out stuff in a trial and seeing if people want to buy it that way?
I think it's a great promotional move because people who maybe are on the fence get a chance to take it home and actually like try it in their environment and stuff like that. You know, I know one of the reasons they said that they started doing this is because they're pulling demo units out of stores and stuff, so there's less chances for people to try them. And something like this, because it is a relatively newer tech, I mean, there's still a bunch of people out there who probably haven't even dabbled in VR at all.
Yeah.
You get to get it home, you get to see how it sets up, you get to see how it plays, you get all the right tools to play it, and you get a newer VR experience, which apparently plays really well, despite my feelings on it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. You know, me and you both have PSVRs. I think it's a great entry-level VR.
Yeah.
It does everything that it needs to do with very little hiccups. And my only complaint is it's a kind of a corded mess. But that's VR in general now.
Yeah.
But if you do decide to keep it, you're getting a crazy discount. Like that's $300 is what it costs for PSVR. You're getting the $100 controllers, a $60 game. And the demo disc, I don't know, it's cool. I'd love to see them do more of this kind of stuff.
I agree. I don't know if this will work for everything, but I think for VR it's really important because, like you said, a lot of people haven't experienced VR, so they don't know what they're buying. So to allow people to experience it in their own house, not have to go some place where they have to wait to try it, is really smart. It's also smart in the sense that, you know, you're sending expensive equipment to someone's house, they break it, they buy it, because you have to give them your credit card information to do this. So they're gonna make that money anyway if they don't get that thing back. But they're taking a big loss with selling it for $300 like this. I think this is a really bold move in the same way that Microsoft originally got into the console war with the Xbox. They lost a shitload of money. They were selling the thing cheaper than they needed to because they had to get in people's houses. They're doing the same thing with this. They're trying to get PSVR in your house so you can start buying PSVR games. So it's good because it shows that they're aggressively trying to standardize this, which is great because I want VR to become standard. And it's gonna, but like I know there for a while there, people thought it was like 3D TVs. They're like, oh, it's just a gimmick. VR is not a gimmick. VR is literally another way to play video games, and if you haven't tried it, you don't understand. So it's a really, really good way, and I think it's the only way you can really advertise VR, because I can show you a bunch of videos of VR. I've said this a million times. I can show you a bunch of videos of VR, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to get the gist that when you look up and look down, you know, that's what's going to happen in the game. But until you use it and your eyes are actually focusing on two separate screens, and you're getting that sense and depth of field and the immersion, you just don't get it. So yeah, allowing people to try it and buy it, really, really great way to market it.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. I think this is a really good idea. The only thing I could think of, and this is like the nanny in me, is that like this is a really good way to spread head lice.
Yeah,
really good way.
That's what I was thinking about with the demo units, though. Like at like a Best Buy or whatever the fuck. I was like, I wouldn't want to go there and get my head covered in whatever mangy fucking kid was there, fucking just like sweating all over and shit. Because you sweat in VR pretty bad, after a while. Yeah. So these people are just like sweating it up and steaming up the glass in there, and you're gonna put that on and just be sharing.
Could you just imagine being like the fifth person in line to get that VR headset, and there's 4 other people in front of you that's sweating and doing God knows what with that headset. Who knows? You don't know.
Just licking the inside of it.
Just rubbing their butt against it. You get pink eye real bad.
The immersion tastes so good. I can taste Skyrim, and it tastes like bones and frost.
Dovahkiin.
Tastes like Dovahkiin.
This is getting dark.
I can taste the dragons. And then you're like, cool, I want to play too. Yeah, aside from the incoming fucking pandemic that's gonna happen because of PSVR trials.
This is how the zombie apocalypse starts.
Yeah, it's Sony's fault. The great Sony apocalypse that happened. It seems like a good idea though until that happens.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's pretty cool. And I'm sure they'll sterilize the units when they come back.
Oh, I'm sure.
They
But it
do.
just takes one missed unit to spread that shit
And
around.
that lazy motherfucker at Sony who's just like, yeah, it's good enough.
Whatever.
I'm getting by, getting paid, do nothing. My job's fuck clean VR units. This is dumb.
I mean, the future I see is just everybody has 3D printers and they send you a temporary code to print out this headset that degrades over at this X date.
It's like Mission Impossible fucking blows up.
You just wear it. Boom!
You have 5 seconds to get this thing off your head. Fuck. Just blows up over the ocean.
Yeah, good luck with that. You gotta get the strap off.
Oh, shit.
You're fucking, yeah. It's really intense. Let us know in the comments what you think about these trials. Did you want to get in on it? Did you get in on it? Do you have a PSVR? Do you not give a fuck about VR? You should. And yeah, do you want to play Skyrim VR? I hear it's pretty cool. I actually thought about getting it, but I don't want to spend $60 on a game that's been around for fucking ever.
Yeah, no.
I'm curious, only for the VR aspect. I'm not even curious about Skyrim in VR. I'm just curious about anything in VR. That's me. But not $60, not $40, not $30, not $20.
Skyrim.
But not Skyrim. I'd try it. Yeah, but I think it's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out other episodes. Can't talk. Check us out on Twitter and Tumblr at Tasty Loot Gaming. And check out the streams on Twitch, Sleep Division, all one word. I upload them to the channel, though, so if you missed them, you can watch them right here. Check them out on Twitch, Tasty_fruit. And yeah, till the next episode, which will be this Friday, talking about the game of the month and a bunch of other shit. Until then, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.